Hello. So I'm going to be talking about the Walking the Tiger by Peter Levine, the book about trauma. What is trauma? Why it happens and how it happens, and what can we do about healing it and transforming it, and basically gain wisdom from it. Yeah, the book was so informative, eye-opening, especially in regards to what a major role our felt sense have in our lives. And I had to read every sentence like really carefully, because I felt every sentence was an important one. So yeah, really great material. Yeah, and the biggest takeaway for me was the felt sense. And because basically the felt sense is beneath every emotion, every thought, everything we perceive from the external world or from our internal world. Everything has its own felt sense signature behind it. It's like from the example from the book. How do we know if we like or dislike something? Like, for example, if we look at the picture and we get to conclusion that we like the picture. How do we know we like the picture? There must be a reason to why we like the picture. There must be some explanation. And yes, basically, our body responded to the visual stimuli by making a pleasant sensation, by making a sensation that we interpreted as a pleasant one, which made us to conclude that we like the picture. Basically. And yeah, this is what happens all day long for us, isn't it? So, so important. Yeah, so it's this felt sense is innate to all beings on this planet, humans and animals, and plays such a huge role in us experiencing this existence called life on Earth. And I will read from the book now. The best way to explain it is to say that it is a experience of being in a living body that understands the nuances of its environment by way of its responses to that environment. Through the felt sense, we are able to move. We are able to acquire new information. we are able to interrelate with one another, and ultimately we are able to know who we are. So yeah, basically felt sense is the way our body communicates with us, and I would say it would be a great thing if we develop a relationship with our felt sense, for sure, especially if we are working with trauma, but also in our everyday existence. Like, making this connection with our felt self is like, yeah, you really start to pay attention to your own self. Like, wow. Yes, so biggest takeaway. And then, if we want to learn to use the felt sense to resolve trauma, we must learn how to recognize the physiological manifestations or sensations that underline emotional reactions. Yeah, and go gently and gradually about that. And these sensations come from symptoms, and symptoms come from compressed energy. And that energy is what we have to work with in this process. And through sensation and the felt sense, this vast energy can gradually be decompressed and harnessed for the purpose of transforming trauma. Yeah, beautiful. And yeah, there are so many takeaways, like the explanation of how trauma occurs. It is not about the triggering event itself. It's about the energy that was not discharged. Uh, just a second. Yes, so the traumatic symptoms that does not stem from the triggering event itself. They stem from the frozen residue of energy that has not been resolved and discharged. And this residue remains trapped in our nervous system, where it can wreak havoc on our bodies and spirit. Yeah, the immobility response. And all, you know, what comes from this unresolved, trapped energy. Yeah, so interesting, so insightful. Yeah, so important for us to know. Yeah, I can definitely, I can see myself in all of this. The freeze state, it's familiar for me. And I can see it as this stuck energy. And I can see how the relationship with my felt sense can greatly improve the melting down of the frozenness. Yes, and with this I will finish this video. Thank you for listening. And And yes, see you next time. See you next time.